Hi, this is Nick at Atlantic Laser Scanning. Today we're going to take a look at a project that was scanned using sphere targets. It's an outdoor scan, and we're going to see what the limitations are if we'd like to register this project without the targets as well as with the targets. So let's take a look at the first round of registration. We're going to try to register the project without using the targets that were provided, the targets that were put in place during the scan sequence. We will go through and perform an automatic registration. We're going to go ahead and leave this at the default top view and cloud to cloud. Leave everything else as it is default and go to register and verify. It looks as though it's given us two separate clusters. Let's take a look when this comes together, just how far apart our clusters are. We'll go ahead and tell Scene to keep their clusters and take a look in the Explorer of exactly what it is that we're dealing with. We've got three that have separated from the rest. They all look to be in sequence over 715, 715, 16, 17. So that tells me that either there has been a change in the position or possibly this could be two separate areas that have been scanned and they have two separate project names that may not have been separated when they initially set up the scanner. So let's load them up and see what they look like. This looks as though we've got a significant issue because the project is all should be one. This should be all in one cluster. Our clusters did not come together cleanly, but they did come together. So we've got red lights on both of our clusters. And you can see by the way that this project loaded that it is all outside of this power station, and therefore all should be together. So we can quickly jump into the old interface and do a split correspondence view. There's different ways to do this. This is just, I guess you'd call it old school. And then we slide our 714 scan and our 715 scan, since they're the two that should be coming together and aren't. All right, here's a big problem. We've got foliage on one side, which is not ever going to give you a clean registration, and the other side is a chain link fence. There are no real planes to grab a hold of. The electrical lines and everything, they're pretty consistently reoccurring, so you don't have a lot of unique parts for Scene to grab a hold of and differentiate. So this is a limitation that we can see where a project really does need to use the targets. There just isn't enough planar differentiation between the scans where the Scene software can grab a hold of and register this project on its own. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to quickly close this out, not save it, come back and register it using the targets that were put in place by the tech that was on the scene. Now we're going to process this project. While we're in processing, we just go to our scans folder, operations, process scans, and we can see we've got a registration method here, top view, cloud to cloud. We're going to go ahead and change that to target based. We've got our target set with sphere targets. This is the accurate sphere radius that would be used in this project. and everything else we can leave as default. We'll start processing. We can already see a big difference here. We've got our processing results done. We've got all of our project scans in one cluster. We've got a green light. We can go ahead and lock it. And now take a look with our correspondence view, and we'll load all of our scans. As we can see, the project did come together. The scan manager, all green, our scan results are listed. Our target tensions are listed. All of our statistics are listed. Again, this is a great example of the limitations of the scene software when it comes to scanning outdoors in certain types of projects, where although you might be told that the software is capable of putting a project together without any targets, we've seen here that depending on the project type, the setting that you're in, you really do have to worry about things like if you've got planes, walls, buildings, sidewalks, things like that, where the software can grab walls from different scans, planes from different scans to put the project together. We've got a lot of grass, we've got a lot of poles, we've got a lot of wires, but nothing is enough to actually allow the project to be put together without any targets. I hope this does help you going forward when you bid a project or you plan a project. Hopefully you'll take this into account when you go to the site, whether you're renting a FARO scanner from someone like Atlantic Laser Scanning, or if you've got one on hand. This should help hopefully with your decision whether you're going to be bringing targets with you or not.